Hi everyone and welcome to my sewing studio. So today's video is me working on some chiffon, and this is what I am going to hopefully create. This is my toile that I've been working on, and I'm going to develop it into hopefully a wearable garment. So hope you're going to enjoy today's video, me here in my sewing studio working with chiffon. So yeah, so like I said in the intro, chiffon. So it's a slippery critter, but it's a fabric that I haven't used for a long time, and I just thought, let's work with something. Let's stretch my sewing skills, and let's try something different instead of the same old fabric composition. And I will show you exactly what I have got set up in a minute. But as I was saying in the intro, this is my toile I've been working on. I've literally kind of tried to drape it on my mannequin. It's not the best type of mannequin to do draping on, so it was a bit difficult. But anyway, so this is what I've come up with. So I've only done the one sleeve. Now, if you're one of my Patreon subscribers, you will have seen me working on this, the actual behind the scenes, working on developing the pattern for this. So you will have seen me making that. So yeah, so that's how far I got. So I only just put the one sleeve in because there's no point in putting two sleeves in. If one fits, then we know I'm doing okay. And I had this inspiration. The inspiration I got for today's blouse is something that I've had out of my holiday suitcase. This floaty little pink kind of chiffon number, ready to wear, bought. I've had it for absolute years, and I really like the style, and I like the floatiness and everything. I like the sleeves, and I kind of took my inspiration from this little top and basically worked from there. So I wanted a different type of sleeve, and that I quite like that sleeve on there, so I went for a bell sleeve, which I think looks really pretty. And then I went for a yoke, so I've got a yoke at the front and a yoke at the back, and then I've got this gathered bodice hanging from below, and I would like to add a little ruffle frill on the bottom, very similar to this one. It's got like the little ruffle frill at the bottom, but I am restricted with my fabric, and I will show you my fabric. So here it is. I've got all my pieces laid out, and I am restricted because I've only got just under 1.25 meters of this chiffon, and it is approximately 60 inches wide. So this is literally all I have got. So this hopefully is going to be wearable toile. It's kind of an experimental garment that I'm making, experimental project for myself. A, to test myself using a different fabric composition, so slippery chiffon, and B, I want to develop my sewing skills further, so I've obviously drafted this pattern myself. And C, it's also fabric of the month. If you're a Patreon, you will know. And yeah, I just you know, I need to up my game a little bit more, so that's why I have gone for this out of my comfort zone in the fabric situation. And I think down the line I'm going to definitely try a different fabric composition, at least if I can, every month, and see how I feel with it, how I work with it. But that's something moving forward. So today's video is this lovely chiffon. So I've just literally got it laid out just to see where it's all going to work. This isn't a tutorial or anything. This is literally you going to be watching me put this together, and hopefully we'll come out and create a nice little floaty number. I've got the yoke, both yokes, the front and the back, on the fold, because again I was going to do a little bit of a keyhole neckline, turn Mabel round, and I was going to do a keyhole. I was going to do, you know, a little tie detail, or maybe a rouleau loop and a button. But I just don't have enough fabric to mess about, and if I make mistakes, I just don't have that luxury of having spare fabric. So hence, that's why I drew on it, and then hence I realised I might not have enough fabric to do that. So I've lowered the neckline on the pattern, and I have tried it on over my head, so I can literally put it on over my head, just one piece without having any fastenings, and that's why I've had to lower the neckline, and it just fits over my head. Now if I come to develop the pattern down the line onto the next hopefully wearable toile, I'll probably do a keyhole opening or some kind of opening, the front or the back, I don't know, but because today I'm restricted in what I've got, I'm just literally going to work with what I have in front of me and see where it gets me. At the end of the day, it's just under 1.25 metres of fabric. If it doesn't work out, at least I've had a go at drafting a new pattern and a little bit of draping, my first attempt at kind of draping on the mannequin and working with chiffon. So it's not, you know, in my eyes, it's all good. It's all good in the end anyway. And yeah, I really like how it's turned out. I love the way the sleeve looks. Yeah, really pretty. And if I've got enough, I will add a little frill. If I haven't, it won't have a frill, but down the line develop it into maybe something with a little bit more to it, because you've got to have a frill. If you follow me, you know me, I like a ruffle, I like a frill. You are going to see exactly as I see it now. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but we're all in this together, and I thought I would share it all with you. So without further ado, I'm just going to start working on this little number. So here goes. So grab a coffee and just hopefully relax and enjoy watching me create. That's the front. That's the back. There is the back. There's my 4 ruffle hem. That's the back, and there is my front. So, first things first, I will turn my machines on, and I am going to sew the shoulders and then sew the lining to the top, to the yoke. Do that first. As I say, it's brand new pattern, so I've no idea which order I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go with the flow and see how I feel, and obviously make notes for when I make toile number 2. So we'll just go with the flow. So I'm going to go over the machine and put the machine on. So obviously I just remembered that chiffon is a bit of a obviously slippery critter and also frays like mad, so I've stitched my ruffle hem together on the short ends, and then I've overlocked both ends, and then whichever side I choose to sew to the bottom of the bodice, and then the other end I will just turn over. Now ideally I would like to have done French seams and, you know, maybe gone into town a little bit more with it, but as I say, I was restricted with the fabric. First time I've used chiffon for a long time. I'm not justifying myself here, by the way. I'm just explaining what I'm doing and my reasoning for it. Version 2, I've got some more chiffon. I've got some crepe chiffon again. I've got more of it, and I will obviously do French seams, lining, neck openings, all those things. But I'm enjoying working with this fabric for a change, really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the challenge. So yeah, so I've overlocked the ruffle hem, so I'm going to overlock all the pieces before I go any further, because they are obviously going to fray if I handle them. So that's the next step, overlock them all and then work on the lining for the yokes. As I'm working on this, I don't know whether to line the bottom of the bodice. I'm not sure. Right, hope I can get my head through hopefully on the toile I can. Hopefully I can on this. And I overlocked without trimming away anything. I just overlocked the edge. I did not trim anything away, obviously. There's the yoke in the chiffon. So now I need to, that's the back piece. Do the same with the lining. Obviously my supervisor's in tow as per normal. He's been asleep all day. As soon as I turn the camera on, he knows. So let me just go through my head what I'm doing. So I'm going to sew that, and then that's going to get stitched around the neckline like so. And that should finish off my neckline. So I'm going to quickly sew the shoulder seams and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going to sew the neckline and then hopefully that'll finish that off and I won't have to worry about binding or facings, and then move on to preparing the bottom part of the bodice. Decide whether I'm going to add a little bit of a lining or just let the bodice be loose. Not sure, but first of all I'll sew this I've got that there. Tip. Sew the neckline, 1 centimetre seam allowance, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to understitch the neckline. So I'm just going to understitch a millimetre away from the edge, the seam allowance towards the facing. Okay, so understitch done, so I'll give it a press. Pleased with that, quite pretty actually. So that's the neckline done, and I know I can get it over my head, not ideal, but we're going to go with it. And so next thing up is I need to, so I'm just going to quickly cut out the front and back lower bodice pieces in that cotton, and then I will do like a layered effect underneath, lined effect. So that's what I will quickly do. Right, so let's get putting together. So now I've got my front and my back, so I'm just going to replicate what I do with the chiffon, and then I'll do the same with the lining. just got this, just show you my cute little dish I got from the charity shop. It's got two little compartments, very 1960s, 70s maybe. And I've just ordered a couple of, just ordered some magnets, circular adhesive magnets. I'm just going to put a magnet underneath either side and a magnet underneath there. Stop my pins falling out, but how cute, they're much prettier than the magnetic one. So if I can make pretty magnetic ones, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm just got these new silk pins and I'm testing them out. They're really fine. I've got used to them. I think kind of got used to them. They're very fine and they do bend, but they're lovely and fine, but they're quite vicious as well. So I'm just getting used to these, but these will be in that pot when my magnets come. So now I'm going to sew the side seams for both the chiffon and the lining, and then sew them together. What am I going to do? I might sew them, tack them together along the bottom end, the top end, which is going to be attached to the yoke. Tack them together and then do the 2 rows of running stitch with them joined together. And then they'll be gathered in one, so there won't be so much bulk going on if I gather them separately. Hopefully that will probably work out better. As I say, I'm working off the cuff here, so we shall see if this works, but I'm enjoying trying it out, and that's the main thing. Right, so yeah, so I'm going to sew the side seams of the chiffon, the side seams of the lining, and then I'm going to tack the pieces together and then gather in one with the 2 running stitches along the top. So let's go and do this first.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek.
I can just run my 2 rows of gathering stitches, and those gathering stitches will hold them in place. So 2 rows of gathering stitches at the back, in between my notch and on the front.
In the world, I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot. No mistake ever kept me late.
So while I was over sewing, basting the pieces together, I thought, well, I'm not going to put line the frill, so I've overlocked the edge of the lining. I'm just going to now press under maybe 1 centimetre hem.
Take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown.
So just going to quickly sew that, then that's finished with. Right, okay, so now I'm just going to pull my gathering stitches so they match up with the front and back bodice. So let me just double check which piece is which. That's the back, so that's good. So this must be the front.
Kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to the
Possibly should baste these together.
Have me running around, dressed in a gown, barefoot.
Right, so I'm just going to sew across both sides of the yoke and see what that looks like. So quickly sew them 1 centimetre seam allowance.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore they
So looking at it, I should have overlocked the yoke lining and I didn't, but that's something to remember for next time. But it's in and it looks quite cute. It looks very cute actually. But looking good so far. The neckline's looking nice. Just need to pull out any running stitches there. Gathering stitches. So now all I've got left now is add, sorry Georgie, but you're in the way, is to add the ruffle, which I need to gather. I need to also turn up a little bit of a hem, which I will do before I gather. So I will turn up just literally the width of my overlock for the hem. So I need to sew that, and then I need to sew in my sleeves. So that'll be next, I think. So right, so let's put my dress to one side, or my top, and pin, overlock everything. No, I'm going to put these two together, then overlock. So pin my side seams. But I've just folded it over twice for the edge there, and now I've just got to insert the sleeves. Okay, so the sleeves are in. I've it's not the neatest on the inside whatsoever. I have made lots of notes on ways I should have done it, the ways I should have done it. Yeah, so it's not the neatest. I certainly wouldn't pass any competitions, or I certainly wouldn't pass any exams with the inside, because obviously I forgot to neaten that, so I've then gone in and neatened it afterwards, so it's not very neat, even though it's neatened, if you know what I mean. The way I've done it is not ideal, and just need to press it all. So give it a quick press it all down. So all I've got to do now, apart from give it a press, is, looks quite cute though, is put the ruffle on the hem. But I'm conscious of the length of time this video is going to be, so I'm just going to quickly add the hem and take some photographs of me wearing it. I'm probably going to style it with this denim skirt that I've got on, and then let you see what you think of my first hopefully wearable toile with a chiffon in this cute drafted design that I've created. So let me know what you think of today's video. Do you enjoy this type of content from me? I've had a really lovely afternoon actually. I've enjoyed the challenge of working with chiffon, so I've enjoyed the challenge of working with that, and actually it's behaved quite well. I'm mildly surprised. I thought it was going to be a nightmare, but it's handled quite well. Obviously I need to work on, if I'm going to make this again, how I'm going to line it. Obviously I didn't have enough fabric to start with, so I was a bit restricted in that sense, and I would have liked to have done French seams and things like that. But working down the line on maybe the next developed version, shall we say, I'll hopefully be able to spend a little bit more time, because I've made loads of notes and things I would do better the next time. But that's the whole idea of pattern drafting and developing. That's the whole idea of it all. So I've gone from obviously this one now on to this one. Hopefully the third one will be even better, and hopefully maybe one down the line it will turn out to be a pattern, a sewing pattern. Let me know what you think. Obviously I just need to add the hem, the ruffle hem on the bottom, but I think it's turned out really cute. And as I say, I shall pop some pictures up of me wearing it in the garden, and I'm probably going to style it with my denim skirt here. I really like it. I think it's really pretty, floaty and dreamy and everything. Yeah, so give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. Those thumbs ups really do matter for my channel. I'd love to be able to grow my channel even more, so I really do need you to like this video, obviously if you did like the video. Subscribe if you'd like to follow along with me. If you'd like to see more of my behind the scenes working on patterns and creations and designing, then please join me over on the Patreon. And you will also, as part of your subscription, get your very own exclusive copy of all of my future sewing patterns as well. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I shall see you on my next sewing video. But until the next time, bye for now. And here's some footage of me modelling this cute little number in the garden.
I watch you as you dry. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feeling, I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? this moment.